From JFK to Jackie Kennedy, Bradley Cooper and Suki Waterhouse, heads of state and the Irish rugby team, the Shelbourne has been home to so many famous faces. And for the first time ever, RTÉ has exclusive access to the behind the scenes going on. I'm going to go and see how the staff got on.
We cater for around 750,000 people every year, and if you can imagine, condense all of that down into the one door, you have a lot of people coming in the front doors to Shelbourne. So the perception is that it's always extremely busy. We know the levels of demand in the hotel, we know the level of I suppose, detail that needs to go into everything that's been done. So it wouldn't have been the easiest decision, as really all we could see initially were the difficulties that we may have with cameras and booms and lighting and takes and the impact it was going to have in the general public. So we were more swaying towards, no, we're not going to do it, it would be too disruptive, rather than going ahead to do it. But slowly but surely, I suppose, we came around to our senses. We have to be delighted for the hotel, because I think, in my opinion, that the hotel does come out of it very well. It looks well, and all of the five-star services, I suppose, that we have on display on a daily basis seem to be highlighted, and more importantly, nothing comes across as if we were tripping over ourselves, or nothing seems staged, and it just seems natural and normal. We were not committing any additional time than what we would normally commit to a task in a day-to-day basis, except that we had cameras following us around. So what I'm most proud of is that actually there were cameras on people, they were natural, they were normal, and it all worked out absolutely great.
How did you find having the cameras in for this show?
Initially it was a bit of a, you were watching what you were doing, and after a while, it was amazing, because after a while we didn't even notice that the guys were here, and we became very comfortable, and they became completely immersed in what we were doing. So after a while it was completely seamless.
Well, it wasn't so bad. Obviously there was a bit more pressure on us with cameras around, but we just did everything the exact same, really.
It's very fun having someone follow you around. It makes you feel important.
And is there a bit of a buzz about the place now that it's coming up to being on TV?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think everyone's in the hotel is talking about it, but not just
and
that.
Everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah, everyone's family and friends as well.
Yeah.
So.
Families are series linking the whole episode.
I had my granny and my mum and everyone ringing me, asking me, "Oh, you're going to be on this? Are you going to be on that?"
You have to be on this.
You must get some really mad requests from people, like when they're trying to figure out where they're going and what they're going to do. What ones would kind of stand out for you the most?
I suppose one of the requests that we received in advance was from a bishop in France who wanted to say mass with his congregation, and he'd probably say Dublin, with all our churches, that wouldn't be such a great problem, but there were a lot of stipulations. He couldn't celebrate, it had to be in French, it had to be at a certain time, so it was a bit more of a challenge, but thankfully we found a church. Of course the local clergy then have to check to make sure everything is kosher, that he is who he says he is. So yeah, we found him a church, and he had to set his mass for his congregation before they went on to knock.
I had someone downstairs
Definitely.
before in a wedding, and asked me could they keep the salt and peppers. So obviously we're not supposed to say no to any requests, but obviously I was like,
In a nutshell, we spend too much time focusing on how to get things right to be celebrating it when it does go right.